We have large diaphragm models on this, like U67s and FET mics like the FET47. We have small diaphragms like the 451. And if you look on this stage, if you look at this drum kit that Tom is sitting on here, the entire drum kit is mic'd up with ML2s. We got 2 on the overheads, 1 on the snare, 1 on the kick. We've got 1 over here on the guitar cab or the bass cab, and then we have an ML1 here as a vocal mic, which I'm going to bring over here for you. All of this is going into our new VRS-8 Thunderbolt interfaces, which are over the console. The VRS-8 interfaces have 124 dB dynamic range, they have VMS ultralinear mic preamps, and they have what's called LLN, which is low latency native. That means you can track with the virtual microphones into the virtual mic modules with no audible latency, okay? Now, here's the thing, I can go over all the specs of the VRS-8. It'll take me about 30 minutes. We can do a big tech talk, or option 2 is you can hear an amazing live band recorded with them. I'll give you guys the option. Guys, what do you want? 30 minutes of me talking or a live band? All right, Gaz wants me to talk, so here we go. Let's talk about AKM converters. No, I'm just kidding, guys. Give it a big hand for the Slate so we're going to perform tonight. This is Paul, tech support probably helped you out. That's Jesse, our hardware manager. That's Claudia Mills. One more time, guys. That was really great. All right, so first things first. Who wants to kill that guy? All right, let's get that taken care of. Yeah, someone. What is it? The NAMM parade? Is it the fucking NAMM parade? How many people have ever been like, I wonder when the NAMM parade's gonna come by? No one ever. Hey, it's a good thing we're not trying to demo fucking products here. Well, guys, I mean, you got me here. Trevor, can you do something about these guys, please? You know, God forbid we play one SPL too high. We get reprimanded, and then we have to deal with this shit. Hey, Jimmy, how loud can we turn these things up? I mean, they are ocean wave monitors here. try it anyway. All right, so do me a favor, Jimmy. Solo this kick drum. I want you to bypass simulation. The kick drum was recorded with the ML2. Doing my best, guys. Doing my best. Now let's put it on. Let's try to figure out a mic combo. What mic combo do we want? Well, yeah, let's show them all the mics we can do. We've got an S7 with SM7B with a 421. We have a D112. What do you want, Daz?
D112.
Daz wants a D112. Let's put it on there. Now, if that goddamn marching band wasn't playing, you'd be hearing a D112 right now. Let's just assume that it sounds exactly like a D112, since we have no other freaking option, because there's a marching band going through a fucking audio trade show. Picture the NAMM board meeting. They're all sitting there. They're like, audio trade show. What can we do to spice it up? How about we be really quiet and let the audio demos be heard by all the audience? No, Randall, that's not it. I got it. A loud freaking marching band going through the halls. Bingo. Bingo. Genius. So genius. I mean, it's not, we're not trying to show off very intricate audio demos here, right? I mean, God. All right, do me a favor, let's go to the snare drum. Snare drum, let's hear that without any emulation. So this is flat. Listen what happens when we put the 57 on. That nice 57 crack is there. And we're going through a nice New York style 2-3. We're slightly saturating it, and then we're going to go to an EQ. Let's hear the whole change. And bypass. And back on. All right, let's go down to the vocal, Jamie. Let's go to the vocal. Let's take a listen to a vocal. Let's bypass the whole entire emulation. Let's hear just what the ML1 recorded.
Oh, thunder only happens when it's raining.
All right, that's it. I'm fucking out.
Players only love you when they're playing.
All right, now let's do this. Let's go just the mic module. Let's flip through some mic options. I want to hear the FG44, which is the ribbon mic model, okay?
Oh, thunder only happens when
Nice and
it's
smooth, dry, really rich sounding.
Players
I think it's a little too dry for her. Jamie, let's stop. Let's go to another mic model. Guys, help me pick another mic model for her voice. Go ahead. What are we thinking? We got 67, C12, 251. What do you want?
800.
C12. Let's go to the C12, Jamie. Let's take a listen to that. Hit me.
Oh, thunder only
What do you think?
happens when it's raining.
It's not bad. Let's hear one more option. Let's A-B. Let's go to the 49. Let's go to the 49 at the bottom.
Oh, thunder only happens when it's raining.
What do you think? Between the 49 and the C12?
C12.
What do we think?
C12.
What's that? Okay, good. What's your name? Bob just killed the marching band. Big hand for Bob. All right. Okay, so now back to business here. So the 49 and the C12. Jamie, do me a favor. Put the 49 and the C12 on an AB with VMR, and let's take a listen. I want you guys to choose which is the ideal mic for her voice.
Oh, thunder only
C12.
happens when it's raining.
Same thing again now with the 49.
Oh, thunder only
This one?
happens
Which one? You guys tell me.
when it's raining.
C12? Go back to the C12. And by the way, now that we can actually hear stuff, do me a favor, go back to the snare one more time. Do an AB with and without that mic model, will you? So here's with. Take the EQ off so we can hear it. Okay, so that's with the 57, take it off. So that's what the very flat linear ML2 recorded. And then the mic model. And there's their 57. Now we can change that. Let's do this. How many people would ever dare put a $12,000 U67 on a snare drum? Except for you, Jamie. You're crazy. Besides Jamie, let's do this. Let's go to the U67. There we go, right there. That's pretty cool, huh? Nice and dark and thuddy. Now let's put the EQ on and brighten it up a little bit. Ooh, that's not a bad snare sound. All right, give me the whole mix, Jamie. Let's hear the whole thing. All recorded right here on the stage. There it is. How's that sound, guys? Good? Yeah? Thank you very much. Thank you. All right, so that's the virtual recording studio, virtual microphones. We have virtual EQs, virtual mic models, virtual mic locker, EQs, compressors, and of course the VRS8. I'll take any questions you guys have on the whole virtual recording studio ecosystem. Any questions at all? Someone's got a question. Now is the time to ask. Yes, over there in the back. We're going to have to do a game of telephone. So you tell her, she tells him, and you yell it out to me.
When is it available?
When is it available? VRS8, you guys are looking at production models right there. They are in beta testing. Assuming everything goes well in beta, we are going to try to get this out early Q2. Okay? However, the ML2 microphones, the ML2s that recorded everything on the stage are $149. They're going to be shipping in February. $149, it comes with 18 different mic models. It can be used with any interface, okay? More questions? Yes. It absolutely does. The software has zero latency. Our hardware has under 1.5 milliseconds of latency. If you use it with another interface, you are going to be burdened for whatever latency that has. More questions? Any questions before we go hear some drums? All right, you guys want to hear some drums? One more question,
So
yes.
this is the new version of the microphone that's not, because there's one available on Sweetwater right now.
Yes, this is the one available on Sweetwater right here. The big one is available. The small one will be available just in a few weeks, in February, okay? Any more questions before we hear SSD5? All right, raise your hand if you ever use Stevens Light drums or a drum product of mine. All right, good. Thank you. The history of Stevens Light drums. I got to Los Angeles around 2005, and I wanted to work in the music business so bad. Instead of handing out business cards, I handed out a CDR of one-shot drum samples. That led to those drum samples being featured on tons of Billboard rock, country, and metal hits, and the Stevens Slate drum software was born, and it's evolved into a sophisticated drum instrument called SSD5, which we are debuting at NAMM 2018. What's new in SSD5? Well, everything. A completely refined GUI, different user interface. Everything is super easy and intuitive. It's so easy and intuitive that you don't actually need to read the manual. Because let's face it, manuals are boring. Who likes to read manuals? Nerds. Everyone look at the nerds. All right? No one likes reading manual except for, by the way, most of those people are on my staff, which is embarrassing. Anyway, completely revamped GUI, and most importantly, the SSD5 playback engine has been completely reworked from the ground up. We have this amazing SSD5 playback algorithm, which ensures that not only the new kits, but the old kits are going to play back with more natural, realistic, physically modeled drummer realism. Speaking of new kits, we have the new Deluxe 2 kits. These are our most sampled drum kits ever. More articulations, more detail, more precision, and they sound amazing. So here's the deal. You guys want to just hear the damn drums? You guys want to hear it? All right, do me a favor, Jamie. I'm going to play 4 of my favorite kits out of SSD5. Take a listen, do me a favor. Take a listen to how natural things are playing back. Take a listen to the ghost notes, the articulations. Picture, the idea of any virtual drum is I want it to seem like you're sitting there in the studio in front of the glass watching an actual session drummer play. That's what the goal was here. We want it to sound real. So let's take a listen, Jamie. Here's Deluxe 2, Kit 1. All right, give me Kit 2, one of my favorite kits here, Kit 2. Pretty nice. So what do you guys think so far? Yeah? Check this out. Kit 3 is one of my favorites. Who here likes a good old 70s kit, the big felty kick, nice big wood snare? Check this one out. It's one of my favorites. Go ahead. Ooh. Love that snare, huh? All right, check this out. Another favorite kit. Now this kit, I want you to pay special attention to the snare rolls. Listen how natural these little ghost notes and snare rolls play. Go ahead for Kit 4. And I'll show you now one of my favorite features of the SSD5. You can control the exact amount of snaring on a fader. So check this out, Jimmy. Play some snares for me and watch what happens when he cranks that fader. And defeat it. So you have lots of cool sound design options. You have over 50 new drum instruments, a completely revamped UI, 1,000 new grooves. Some obvious questions are when. It's going to be out in March. It's going to be $149. It's going to be $79 to upgrade from current SSD 4 Platinum to SSD 5 Platinum. If you have SSD EX, it's $119. And I think that's about the questions I'm going to have on that. Is there any more questions on SSD 5? Yes. What's that? All the SSD 5 samples will be available as an expansion pack for Trigger. More questions? Anything at all? Does anyone want their horoscope read? No? We're good? Guys, thanks so much for coming to Slate. We've enjoyed NAMM 2018. I'm Steven Slate. These are my guys. Ask any questions. I really appreciate you guys coming down. Thank you so much.